The idea for the center really started when I was a dean out at Inver Hills Community College. One of the areas that I worked in was our technology area. So we had a good networking program, very well integrated with industry. We had a lot of industry involvement in that. When the RFP came out for these centers of excellence, our original idea was to create a center around convergence technology because it was a big thing back then. And we found out partway into the grant that the applicant, the main applicant or sponsor, had to be a university. So my partner and I, that was Dave Anderson, who was also, he was our customized training dean at Inver Hills. We started shopping the idea around.
We had an opportunity to respond to a request for proposal from the Minnesota State Colleges and University System Office around this idea of creating these centers of excellence. We put our heads together and began the writing project to do what we thought would create an entity that would support students, that would build curriculum, that would create partnerships in industry, and would generally meet the needs of the IT industry here in the Twin Cities and really the region in Minnesota.
I connected with Advance IT at a Girls in Tech happy hour in downtown Minneapolis, and I met a guy named Russ Frankel at the happy hour. And what sparked with me was he was talking about a new partnership that he was working with NC-WIT, which is the National Center for Women in Information Technology. And Advance IT had just started partnering with them on a new program. And so I knew of that organization, and I knew that they did quality programs.
One of our guiding principles is that we never did anything without a partner.
We basically act like a catalyst across the value chain related to computing and IT disciplines in preparing, getting students engaged in information technology and computing careers from high schools through getting them into relevant programs, and then once they're in, we develop experiential learning and informal learning opportunities. And then we also work with industry partners to meet their needs. For instance, through boot camps and competitions, we actually have a high level of employer engagement there. So it becomes kind of a networking opportunity as well as a kind of a talent preview opportunity for employers to really create a seamless pathway into their occupations.
I first got involved with Advance IT Minnesota when I joined the 2009 Cyber Defense Competition. It gave me something to put on my resume that resonated. You know, you see cyber defense competition on a resume, you know, if you're looking for an internship or someone is interviewing you, they're interested, they want to know more about it. And it was, you know, we were dealing with real technology and doing some real work that someone in the workplace would actually be doing, maybe at a higher level, to secure those devices.
The employers pay close attention to it. We have employers that participate as professionals, hackers per se, to create problems for those students, and then once they're done, we have a high level of transition of those students into working for those companies.
It was highly relevant. Everything has always been super relevant.
Advance IT's done a great job with their volunteer ranks and going out to our partners in industry and asking for key IT professionals to spend some time with young people.
I think what I love about that is just getting to meet them and getting to talk to them about what they're interested in and spread the word about all that technology has to offer. And that's how I want to spend my free time. I want to be connecting with that next generation because I think it's done great things for me in my life and my career path. I wish that when I was in high school, I'd had some of the opportunities that some of the young people that work with Advance IT have in terms of events that they get to go to and connections to people in the industry.
I think we've been a real catalyst for spurring collaboration across many sectors. Our relationship with Maverick Software, which is a company that utilizes college students as basically as contractors for client companies. I got introduced to Marty Habig, who's the founder of Maverick Software, through a faculty member at Mankato State. We did a project with them, and the project was to try to expand the reach of Maverick Software in Minnesota through other colleges and universities. The big value there in a nutshell is that the students gain experience, the companies gain some very economical help with application development, and oftentimes, or almost 100% of the time, the students end up with a job.
It was an incredibly beneficial connection, Advanced IT for sure, because not only did I get to see some professionals that were actually doing, the job that I wanted to do after graduation, but it also taught me a lot of soft skills. They have a big emphasis on, how to present yourself during interviews, how to, develop those soft skills that aren't necessarily taught in a technical program. Sharon, Bruce, Mary at the time have always encouraged me to really deepen my skills. Another thing, Sharon has written that wonderful little guide. I believe it's called 101 Ways to Dead End Your IT Career. And I was just reflecting on that a few weeks ago, how I always tell someone that tells me, thank you after I performed a certain task or something, and I always respond with my pleasure instead of saying no problem, where it kind of implies that there might have been, an inconvenience.
Well, I think IT is getting more and more integrated into the workforce, into just the daily practice of business. Deloitte recently published a report on the state of the workforce, and they've described it as a network of teams. And this network of teams that people are going into tends to be a team of, there'll be a couple of people in IT, there'll be some people from marketing, there'll be someone from HR there, there's going to be a very diverse team of different specialties. Being able to integrate yourself into a team where there are people very different from you, who are going to look at the world differently, to be able to hold your own viewpoint, that you're here to solve specific technical issues, but you also have a responsibility to understand the broader business issues at hand. Well, I think the benefit is really focused on the students and preparing students to step into that corporate world.
But we try to keep close tabs with industry, and I think that one of the major advantages to some of the programs that Advanced IT has given us was to help us emphasize the people skills. So the integration of not just the data, the voice, and the video networks, but also the integration of the interpersonal skill sets and the business strategies and management and other elements of industry that will help benefit, streamline, and make more efficient business practices.
A very good story. One student, he was doing really well in computer science major, and he heard about Advanced IT and heard about the computer application development major, which is connected to Fusion program. And then he was placed at the internship. It's just so exciting. He worked or got internship through Fusion for 2 semesters, I believe. At the end, he got a job. It's just exciting to see someone come and tell you how the school in the IT, Advanced IT, changed his life.
I was a student worker for Advanced IT for a year and a few months, from February 2011 till April or May 2012. And I'm now a senior software developer for Pearson VUE, so I think the success speaks for itself. I certainly wouldn't be where I am today, or I wouldn't have the confidence that I have if it weren't for, the ability that Advanced IT has given me to showcase my skills.
Most important thing for the center will be to continue to nurture and grow these employer relationships. And so I think to move forward, we're going to really need to rely on our business partners to be more active in helping higher ed really prepare the students they need for the future.
I see it unfolding as it continues to touch more different industries, and every single way that we do everyday things, ways that we live our lives, every single industry is using technology.
You really need an entity such as Advanced IT Minnesota to act as a catalyst to find out what's actually working and to focus the efforts in the areas where you really have an opportunity for rapid growth, and individual institutions may not have the resources or the focus that's needed.
I think that what's going to be really important for operations engineers in the future is going to be able to develop as well. So we have the whole DevOps movement that's really taking grounds right now in the Twin Cities, and it's really about infrastructure as code. So how can you automate your infrastructure? And I think that if somehow Advanced IT Minnesota can take that to their advantage and start providing tools for students to kind of understand the whole paradigm, it's going to be pretty amazing.
When I think back about all the things we've done, some of the great things that have happened, it's all been because of really good relationships. Whether that's among the staff themselves, between staff and industry, between staff and students, employers and students. I mean, it's still, even though it's a technology business, it's still at its core, it's a relationship business.